just for this week, though. So, Lawrence, you're back here again. Less fluoro today, but we're still here with the Atlanta Hawks cap in place. Let's start with DeAndre Swift, who started the season incredibly, didn't do much last week coming off the injury, keeping it open or closing it out on DeAndre Swift against the Bears.
Where we drafted DeAndre Swift at and what we expected him to do, I'm closing it. I'm going to leave a good tip, but I'm closing it. If I got Jamal Williams ranked a little bit ahead of DeAndre Swift, I got to close it. If I'm expecting some top 5 type stuff, I got to close it out. That 5 touches last week, and more importantly, the 24 carries for 81 yards by Jamal Williams, that scared me. I guess DeAndre Swift got to get a little healthier. Look, you see it there. Even Justin Jackson was playing over DeAndre Swift last week, man. That is scary time right there. I got to close it, but like I said, the tip going to be good, baby.
Yeah, I'm concerned here. I think it sort of depends on your options, right? I mean, I'll just say I rank him at 25, right? I'm more with Lawrence than not. Like, it depends on sort of what you need. Like, he is as high risk, high reward volume as you get. Hopefully we get more knowledge about his health situation. But look, he in week 9, he played 16% of the snaps. His last 3 games combined, he's had 25 touches, averaging 9.9 fantasy points per game. He's had one game this entire year, where he's had more than 10 touches, and that was week 1. And so far this year, to Lawrence's point about Jamal Williams, DeAndre Swift has 2 touches inside the 10-yard line. He has 0 goal-to-go carries. So, like, when they get in close, it goes to Jamal Williams. So, Craig Reynolds got hurt in that game. But honestly, the truth of the matter is that he is a very risky flex. I would agree. I would say close it out if you have potentially a better option. Until we see the guy we drafted back out there. We just haven't seen it. You know what I mean? Like, he scored, 2 games ago because they got him on a quick slant. But it's like he still wasn't getting, like, so he didn't mind because he got the touchdown, but, like, he's not getting the usage.
Yeah, I think it's, like, if you went Mixon, Swift at the turn of your draft, Joe Mixon on bye this week, and I'm sure some people did that, then maybe you're starting DeAndre Swift, but if you can avoid it, you don't want him.
I have DeAndre Swift. I have Jamal Williams ranked higher than DeAndre Swift this year. And it's, it's a middle-of-the-pack matchup on the road at Chicago.
Yep. Okay, let's jump to Aaron Jones, who, if he was fully healthy, obviously you're naturally starting, but he did leave the game with the ankle against Detroit. Report has been from Adam Schefter that he should be able to play this week. X-ray results were negative. Keeping it open or closing it out?
Yeah, I'm keeping it out. I'm keeping it open, I should say. Keeping it open. Last week was just a bad game all around for the Packers offense, but you think about week 7 and 8, this guy was the 6th best running back in fantasy. He was averaging 24.2 fantasy points per game, 15 or more touches in 6 of the last 7 games. I mean, you're nervous about A.J. Dillon's workload, but I feel like if Aaron Jones is healthy enough to be out there, the Packers, one of the most conservative medical staffs in the NFL. So if Aaron Jones is active, he should be, good to go. I'm at running back 12 this week. Yeah, I'm keeping it open on Aaron Jones.
Right. This is going to be wide open for me. Like you said.
You're buying shots for everyone in the bar.
Everybody.
Like, you keep it open. Drinks on Lawrence.
Just a little something. I see, this is different from Swift and Jamal Williams because Aaron Jones is, at this point, he's all they got right now.
Yeah.
He is all they have. And like you mentioned, the 2 weeks prior to the Doug game, he was just starting to get back into his rhythm. So, and he even said he wanted to go back into the game. The Packers were just precautious about it. So if he plays, he's got to be in your lineups.
Yep. Let's jump to Raheem the Dream Mostert. I feel bad, Matthew, because he's a friend of the show.
Yeah.
And literally...
And let's just be clear about this, Jay Croucher. He was Raheem must start.
Yes.
He came on the show. You browbeat him. You browbeat him. You browbeat him.
Raheem Mostert's a pretty big guy. He can do what he wants.
You guilted him in. He was on TV. He was trying to be nice. You browbeat him and guilted him into agreeing that your not as good nickname, Raheem the Dream, was what he should go with. And I'm just saying, listen, I'm not saying it's cause and effect. I'm merely pointing out these 2 facts. That after he did the interview with us and you declared him Raheem the Dream, Jeff Wilson Jr. shows up and takes over that backfield.
Good point.
I'm just facts are facts. All of that is a true statement. Is one the cause of the other? Who knows, Jay? Who's to say? Yeah. Some people are saying, not me, but some people are saying you are to blame for the decline in Raheem Mostert's fantasy value.
Now, listen here, Matthew Berry. It's your name on the show, and Raheem the Dream Mostert, he is going to remember that 15 minutes after he got off the Fantasy Football Happy Hour with Matthew Berry, they traded for a guy who was cutting his carries in half. So,
Really
Lawrence,
interesting.
we'll start with you. Are you keeping it open or closing it out on Raheem Mostert with Jeff Wilson in town? They play Cleveland this weekend.
I gotta keep that open.
Yes.
But it's like I'm keeping it open for both of them. The offense is too explosive not to. With Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle out there opening everything up, and Tua, you saw it. They both saw a similar amount of touches. It was Jeff, and they both scored a touchdown. Jeff Wilson through the receiving game, and Raheem Mostert on the ground. It's just going to be like if you have one or the other guy, you're just hoping that your guy is the one who scores. So I'll leave that open a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it open as well. I just look I don't know what it is as of this morning, but it opened at 48.5. We think one of the higher scoring games on the slate. To Lawrence's point, it's just such an explosive offense. I want more of the Dolphins' offense, not less. Both of these guys, even though Jeff Wilson Jr. had more touches in this game, the fact of the matter is Raheem Mostert still had double-digit touches, still scored a touchdown last week against the Bears. And so, like, is he a top 20 guy? No, I have him at 24 this week. But is he a viable flex? He absolutely is. I'm going to keep it open on Raheem. Must start.
Yeah.
Not the dream.
Not the dream.
He's Raheem the Dream.
Because I don't know.
Maybe we should ask Raheem Mostert again what he likes.
Man, he ain't come back on the show. Like,
we poisoned the well with Raheem Mostert.
Poor guy.
Yeah, I feel like we're contractually obligated, but in a good way, to be positive on Raheem Mostert because he's such a good guy and he did such a good interview
and he was on the
with
show.
us. Yeah, I agree on the Dolphins point. I think they're the best offense in the league, honestly. I would have them above Kansas City. I think they have a ceiling that, I mean, we saw how Kansas City struggled against the Titans to move the ball. I just think that the Dolphins are unstoppable. Let's go to a team that is less unstoppable, but has been a surprising offense, and that's the Atlanta Falcons, who play tomorrow night.
Lawrence's team.
Prime time.
Yeah, used to be my team. Then
Rise up.
Yeah, rise up, Atlanta Falcons. Still very much in the mix for the magnificent NFC South. Let's talk Tyler Algier, Matthew.
What's a step below rise up? Like crawl up? Like, like
stand down.
Stand down. Like
stand down.
Stand down, Arthur Smith. Throw the ball.
It's just not rise up. It's just sort of like creakily get up.
Yes.
Quickly higher. Raise yourself. All right. So what are we doing with this running back situation here? And we'll start with. I think you're obviously starting Cordero Patterson here, but
boom.
But right. So CPAT comes back here. Lawrence, you watch this team very closely. What are we doing with Tyler Algier?
I can't start Tyler Algier this week. Now that Cordero Patterson is back, they got him back in there. He got the goal line touches in week 9. He made do with that. Got the 2 touchdowns there. Now Tyler Algier did rush for 99 yards, but I don't know how many times I could expect him to have gains of 44 yards in a single game. Like, I don't expect that to continue. Cordero Patterson got back, and then he was back like he never left. So I got to close it on my boy Tyler Algier, but I appreciate what you done while Patterson was away.
Yeah, 55% of his yards did come on 2 plays last week. So you look at the 99 yards or the over 100 yards from scrimmage, and you're like, that's pretty good. But, like, he had 2 big plays in this game. All that said, double-digit carries in 7 of 8 games played so far this year. You love the matchup against the Carolina Panthers, who are 24th against the run over the last 4 weeks. They're coming off of a short week in which they just gave up 5 touchdowns to a running back here.
So also, they couldn't run the ball at all until they got that matchup.
Until they got that matchup here. And so, again, what are they going to do? Let Marcus Mariota throw it? They don't want Cordero Patterson to have a full workload, whether it's because they're trying to manage his reps or because they just like a committee here. So I do think, let me put it this way. I'm with Lawrence in the grand scheme, which is like, ideally, you're not starting Tyler Algier. Hopefully your season has gone better or that you're not in the Tyler Algier range. But if Tyler Algier's on your roster, it just means things have gone wrong. And so you're sitting there like, So, yes, do I think he could be, a close your eyes and squint and pray usable flex this week? I do against Carolina Panthers because I do think he probably gets 10 to 12 touches in a good matchup.
Yep.
Patterson's
Huntley,
ranked. They got Caleb Huntley there as well, but it does feel like there's a clear sort of pecking order, that it's Patterson, Algier, and then Huntley.
That's a fact.
Right? So, again, like, it's a run-heavy offense that has, despite, all evidence to the contrary. Like, they have been able to effectively run the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, give the Falcons credit where credit is due. They've been able to effectively run the ball. They use multiple running backs. It's a good matchup. The game's in Carolina, so I think they're going to want to, run even more. Yes, I think Tyler Algier, I'm keeping it open with this caveat. Like, if you've been starting Tyler Algier, if your season has gone that poorly, right, that you have to start Tyler Algier like I do in our 14-team show league where my team has just been decimated by injuries, then yes, I'll be not over Swift. Come on, Lawrence. Let's stop. Let's not be crazy. Like, I'm not that drunk, but that's what I'm saying. It's like, do I think he could be usable this week? I do.
Yep. I had a friend in
He was usable last week. I think he'll be usable again.
Yep. I had a friend in a WhatsApp group thread refer to Cordarrelle Patterson last night as Cord Pat. I don't think we need Cordarrelle Patterson on the show to say that nickname is not approved.
Cancel that.
CPAT.
Yeah, CPAT is the one. All right,
is this you were on the group chat on WhatsApp? Is this like some Australian friend?
Yeah, it was a group of Australian men.
Group of Australian men.
Yeah. We talk about lots of stuff in the thread. We talk about your movies set in Los Angeles.
Okay, great.
We
Fantastic.
talk about a lot of Hugh Jackman chat.
I'm sure. A lot of Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, a lot of Keanu Reeves. Yeah, honorary Australian Keanu Reeves.
Corpat came up.
Best places to get Vegemite. Just everyone trying at different Vegemite sandwiches.
No,
exactly. Kangaroo sightings.
Yeah,
exactly.
Roasted.
Yeah.
No, totally. Like, hey, when's the new Men at Work tour coming?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
can we Photoshop Keanu Reeves on a kangaroo?
Yep.
Yeah, it'll make our day.
Fantastic.
All right, let's stay on Thursday Night Football.
Why
and
not?
Go to Deonta Foreman, who, after lighting the world on fire the couple of weeks prior, came back down to earth against the Cincinnati Bengals.
This is going to be the worst? Like, Falcons-Panthers. Is this going to be? I mean, like, we've had a couple of brutal Thursday night games, right?
The definition of Thursday night.
We had the Commanders-Bears game. We had that Broncos-Colts game, both of which were like literally like Clockwork Orange. Like, you had to keep your eyes open, that kind of stuff. Do we think this rivals that game?
Well, do they repeat what they did a couple weeks ago? Because then, in that case, that game was fantastic.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, well, exactly. With DJ Moore,
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe the best game of the season.
Lawrence, as a Falcons fan, do you think you guys deserve to win that game?
This
is the DJ Moore pulls off his helmet.
We did, because they missed 2 field goals. Make the damn kicks.
Yes.
That's 2 times.
It's the fact
Make
that
them kicks.
Pinheiro missed the second kick
true.
well from like 30 yards. I think the Falcons deserved.
I watched Super Bowl 51. Falcons deserve to win anything.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
I think, to your point, Matthew, I think that Thursday Night Football, it used to be the definitional game was like one of the bad matchups in the AFC South, like Jags, Titans, when the Titans were bad, but now I think that has been passed on to the NFC South. So this is the game, Falcons against the Panthers, and Deonta Foreman, are you keeping it open or closing it down?
The thing about the Falcons actually have a pretty good run defense. They're the 5th best run defense over the last month as well. And
Still got to start him though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Chuba Hubbard's probably going to play.
Chuba Hubbard's going to play. He's the better pass catcher. He was actually out snapping for him before he got hurt in the game that they played together, the first game without Christian McCaffrey here. Prior to last week, though, over 17 touches and over 110 yards from scrimmage in back-to-back games. And then last week, everything went wrong for the Panthers. The game's at home against the Falcons. Falcons have just been a bad scoring defense, even though they've been good against the run. I'm going to keep it open on Deonta Foreman, begrudgingly so.
Lawrence?
I was thinking about this.
I think he has a chance to get into the end zone. That's what I would say. Like, if you're telling me a running back scores a touchdown in this game and we think that's likely, I'm going to say it's going to be Deonta Foreman.
And you still like him more than Chuba Hubbard, just in general. Yep.
You don't think he'd go for 100 on him? 100 yards?
I mean, anything's possible. Like, he's a talented guy. Like, he's got some, and I know it's an easy comparison because he played for the Titans last year, but he has some Derrick Henry in him, which is just like it's 2 yards, 3 yards, 50. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's what you have to do with Deonta Foreman. Just keep pounding him in the line, and one of those he's going to just bust through, and the blocking's going to be there because he has that ability in him. And so that's what you're sort of counting on with Deonta Foreman. So
yep, he's plus 120 anytime touchdown scorer on BetMGM. They've set him at 57.5 rushing yards, so they would probably say to start him, but there is some uncertainty with 57. Chuba Hubbard.
So when I saw this, I was thinking about Chuba Hubbard coming back, and I'm looking, obviously 7 carries the last game script got out of hand, but the prior 2 games, 26 and 16 and 15 carries. Now, Chuba Hubbard comes back So you don't really expect Deontay Foreman to get 26 carries. But he was too good against the Falcons in that game to just like, I got to still believe in him. And the Falcons, yeah, they've been playing good run defense, but they are notorious for finding any type of way to lose. You know what? They should have lost that game. You know,
I'm
so
well, come on over. The water is warm. Yeah.
They should have, and I think they might get back in this game on the back of Foreman, so I'm leaving it open.
Okay,
right,
mercilessly, let's stay with that game for one more player.
We love Lawrence, and we love you here for the entire show, but you're really here for this one question.
Yeah. Kyle Pitts, open or shut?
Man. Listen, I'm not a big air yards guy, right? But to see that last week.
Who's an air yards guy?
To see, I see everybody.
Pat Crane's a big air yards guy.
He's a big air yards guy. Shout out to Pat Crane. I'm seeing everybody on Twitter talk about 200 air yards for Kyle Pitts. I had to watch this.
Yeah.
I had to see those 3 overthrows, like, just in my head. It's like when you lose a bet, all I'm thinking about is 5 catches, 185 yards, and 3 damn touchdowns. And he didn't get it. No. So you know what? Deontay Foreman had his best game of the season against the Falcons. Kyle Pitts had his best game against the Panthers. I'm a running back for this particular matchup. I'm going to run it back. Like, make the throw, Mariota. Just make the throw, dog. Like,
yeah. I'm going to keep it open as well. Look, I'm going to tight him at 11, so, I mean, like, it's certainly significantly lower than where we drafted him and everything like that.
Yeah.
So but I still have him as a borderline tight end 1. Last time he played the Carolina Panthers just a couple of weeks ago, right? 5 for 80 and a touchdown on 9 targets. He was tight end 3 that week. This is a Carolina Panthers defense that since week 6 is bottom 8 in both pass defense and scoring defense. And so, yeah, just given the, like, they're going to have to move the ball somehow. And the expectation here is that you prefer Kyle Pitts to Drake London. So I'm going to begrudgingly keep it open on Kyle Pitts.
That's a good word, begrudgingly. Perfect word.
Yep. All right, let's go to break. When we come back, mid-season fantasy awards. We're finally going to hand out some hardware to the great Jonathan Taylor, who's going to win an award, but it's not one you want.
Probably.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBC Sports and Rotoworld.com. Just want to thank you so much for watching what you just watched, or at least being too lazy to click out of it after the autoplay just kept it going. So either way, thank you so much for just letting it scroll by your screen. And now I'd like to ask you respectfully, please subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel for the latest NFL news, fantasy headlines from Rotoworld, and betting analysis from NBC Sports Edge.